Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna go over BXP's person again. As we all know, she doesn't care about anybody except for herself. It's me. I'll remember all the time, doesn't give a damn. She lies, she makes up stories. She likes to debunk those lies because her simpleton people doesn't get. You're not using their minds. Sorry. Let me try to look up something real fast. Because, Bates is a simpleton person. Let me see if this. But is coming. Oh, I can't. Not. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I cannot wait. Okay, let's do this. Listen to her birthday. I need to be there to sports. Base about herself. What is this? Base.
Virginia Holla Girl, Passion Flower, good morning, loves.
But you need to.
Brave Crime with Grace, Christina, it's nice to see you. Crystal Pistol, good morning. Peggy, good morning. Donna, good morning. Who else am I missing? April's up in the house. Good morning, my love. Betty fan. Hey. Outer Banks is here. D Mystery, soon to be a Gigi. Cindy, it's nice to see you. Kiki, good morning. Arcaholic, it's nice to see you. Canadian True Crime is up in the house. It's nice to see you. Good morning. Rosemary, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Pussy Willow Pendercat is up in the house. Good morning. Good morning.
Listen to this person.
Who else do we have? Everybody has been on the case for well over a year. Heck, Bullhorn Betty got arrested. I got arrested for taking videos from my car.
Okay, no you didn't. You got arrested for stalking, going to their house, going to their jobs. No idiot, no YouTuber should ever go to the house, go to the place of business. You don't have a motherfucking right to do that. Unless you do that to Seth. Go to his house, go take pictures of his house. You never did, right? Because Seth is not get follow, in my opinion. So knock that off. Nobody's first sorry for you.
Okay? I got a tattoo. Sebastian's Army.
And that's disgrace. Ability. That's a sign of ability.
because this case will forever be ingrained in my DNA.
No, man. No. Had to know. No. I don't care who you are. Like I affect my fucking face. How to know? We don't take you.
I sent you an email, Daniel. We've got supporting evidence of this by court record and orders of the court. So the court agreed there is racism in this town, and it is geared toward the Hispanic population. So when this white guy mowed over this Hispanic girl and left her in a ditch for 43 minutes to die, the police, even though it was alleged that he was under.
Okay, yeah. I agree with you. That's bad. But, it's intoxicated. It's driving while drunk. Kind of like he did. Okay? And for a white person entire caring like you don't need to be there. Sound like a real history. Like I'm part Mexican. I'm part Indian and all this crap. But you definitely, my Mexican people are gonna take you. Even if it was the last person on earth. So no thinking. You can go sit at home. She's not needed in this case. You're not Mexican. You can speak out for the injustice. Because she's not long as naturally a Tejana, baby. I'm a Tejana through and through.
The influence of something when he hit her.
Okay, maybe that's why he hit her, not because of her skin.
In addition to speed. And they let him go home.
That's wrong.
Without testing him after he mowed over a little girl. I mean, she wasn't little. She was 18 or 19 years old. Very beautiful, but still young. She's still a baby to us. Many of us, she's a baby, right? So they were very concerned because this guy, when we did a deep dive, and of course he has family that's judges, family that's in that whole entire makeup of that system. And so this family was very, very concerned because law enforcement did not want to charge this man. They didn't even do their job for this girl. Okay? They made the family go out and pick up her.
I don't think that's true, but I had to chat like Queen Bean because she did cover this case. Because something doesn't make sense. Whenever everybody starts to lie, it doesn't make sense. Like, the guy didn't get arrested, right? Nah, that can't be right. But, I'm going to be looking into this case, making sure everything is right. Not some bull crap that she's made up. What case is this? What case is this? No, the case does not say this. Let's click on this.
Welcome to Nova Scotia.
Oh my god. That's beautiful. Oh my god.
Rugged coastlines, charming maritime seaside villages, legendary seafood, and full of Canadian history. Nova Scotia is an often overlooked part of Canada that I think doesn't get the attention it deserves. So for our first trip to the Maritimes, We chose to visit this province, and after 10 days there, I think Nova Scotia might be the most beautiful
Oh.
place to visit in Canada.
Wow.
In this travel guide, we'll explore all the highlights, our favorite places, and things to see and do
Oh,
in Nova Scotia. We start with Cape Breton Island, famous for its unparalleled rugged beauty, breathtaking vistas, and Celtic charm.
wow.
This part of the province is an outdoor lover's
Oh.
dream come true. You've got warm sandy beaches. This is Inverness Beach. Hiking, waterfalls. This is Egypt
Yeah.
Falls. And epic views everywhere you turn. One of the primary attractions of Cape Breton is the world-famous Cabot Trail. This scenic highway winds its way
Sorry.
along the island's stunning coastline
Oh
and through the
my
lush Cape
God.
Breton Highlands.
That's
It offers
gorgeous.
panoramic views of the sparkling Atlantic Ocean, dramatic cliffs, and picturesque fishing villages.
Oh my God.
Now, being from Alberta, I frequently drive one of the world's most beautiful highways, the Icefields Parkway from Banff to Jasper, and I thought nothing could even come close to topping its beauty. Well, I was definitely wrong.
Wrong.
The Cabot Trail might possibly be the
Wow.
most beautiful drive in North America.
This is
Along this beautiful route, there are many hiking trails, but the most famous is the Skyline Trail. And you can see why here. Perched atop the Cape Breton Highlands, this trail leads you to
Wow.
panoramic views of the windy
Oh,
roads and the
that's
Atlantic Ocean as you stand on the edge of these rugged cliffs. It was truly, truly breathtaking and left me
Oh.
speechless. Cape Breton is also more than just epic scenery. It's celebrated for its vibrant Celtic and Acadian traditions and Scottish Highland culture with its lively music traditions, historic sites, and of course, warm hospitality. Next, we visit iconic Peggy's Cove, a staple of Nova Scotia, and one of the most photographed places in Canada. It's known for its picturesque lighthouse perched on the rugged granite coastline. Alongside the camera-friendly lighthouse, it's a dreamy fusion of a classic East Coast fishing village and a postcard-perfect destination. And it really just retains that old-world maritime charm. For example, I just loved the charming street names like Lobster Lane. Even though it's popular and therefore quite busy, with the breathtaking seascapes and a rich
Oh my
maritime
God.
heritage, Peggy's Cove is an absolute must-visit destination, especially if you're a first-time visitor.
Oh, no.
Is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Oh.
And it's actually the best surviving example of a planned British colonial settlement in North America. As we explored the historic streets, we felt like we were transported back in time. Strolling through town, you'll see all the
Oh.
colorful waterfront houses, with many dating back to the 18th century.
Damn.
The architecture of the heritage homes here
Oh,
is like
look at
nowhere else in
that.
Canada. Since the original residents here in Lunenburg were shipbuilders, they used their skills and craftsmanship to build houses in a similar way. Later, Lunenburg became famous for its quality schooners built here, including the famous Blue Nose, a symbol of recommend it. Annapolis Valley is the land of orchards, vineyards, and tides. The pride of Nova Scotia's wine country is Tidal Bay wine, which is a unique style of wine that can
Okay,
only be
sorry.
produced in this region of the world.
That is so beautiful. Oh, I want to go to this. Let's go to Halifax.
Welcome to Halifax.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
We're on a 10-day road trip through Nova Scotia, and the first stop on our tour is this vibrant and lively city. Halifax is one of the most beautiful cities in all of Canada. Anchored by the world's second largest
Wow.
natural harbor and steeped in rich history and maritime charm, there's something in this historic port city that will steal the heart of every visitor that passes through. I'm going to show you lots of can't-miss things to do and places to see when you're here in Halifax. So first things first, and a major draw to the area, the food. If you're a foodie, and more specifically, a seafoodie, Halifax
Ew.
and the rest of the province of Nova Scotia is seafood mecca, and home to some of the best lobster in the world. The first stop on our seafood pilgrimage was
yeah.
at the Five Fishermen. It's a must-stop destination for some sweet
I can't eat lobster. Not like that. Because
and intriguing
I don't
here, to
wanna
say the least.
put the
Our second
animal-
lobster of the day, yes, you heard that correctly, when in Rome, right, was at McKelvey's. Located in a historic fire hall only a block away from the
We
waterfront,
don't care
McKel-
about the food. Things to do.
and of course, no trip to Halifax is complete without paying homage to the original birthplace of the pride of Nova Scotia. That's right, Alexander Keith's India Pale Ale. Tours of the original 1820 brewery begin every hour from the
Day, wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Boy, I was hoping to find more
But
information.
we also want to advocate because he still has not been found, and we need to bring him home.
I don't know for days. It's just nice. I'm not giving up. Kiss my ass. You sorry white trash. But he wasn't even supposed to. Just know you're no good. You're not.
It's I don't like it. I don't like that type of, I don't like hearing those types of things. And I shouldn't say don't like hearing this. I don't like hearing those type of things. But in all fairness, those types of things, I hear those types of things all the time. It doesn't make them true. Okay? This is one that we did the research and it is absolutely supported. Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
No family should ever have to protest to get justice. I agree wholeheartedly. I absolutely 100% agree with you. I don't think it should take this, but now you know why it's ingrained in our Constitution, because she's still a baby to us. Many of you guys didn't know when we covered this case before, we took a ride along with us, and that ride along was we're able to bring a lot of attention.
No.
We coupled South Carolina with that is because you guys know I went out there for Alec Murdaugh. Well, I went to the.
You can't speak on the Mexican. You cannot speak on that. You're not Mexican, Bruhan Bay. I'm sorry. Hi, BIS 8 BIS AF. You don't have the right to speak for Mexican people. I kind of do. So I'm kind of part Mexican, born and bred.
Bar that Paul and Mallory Beach and all them went to, and when I did,
You kind of sit for doing that.
And it's sad.
No,
The work we do is
you
can't do it by force, right? So what do? They created this whole thing where our government cannot shut this up, right?
Yes, it can.
And so we know that, and therefore we activate, right? But we do it from a place of love. There's
No, you don't.
a lot of people that take these, and I tried to explain this to a friend yesterday. It's sad because, I absolutely 100% believe in protesting. I believe it's very, very effective. Obviously,
No, I don't.
I wouldn't have the name.
Right, yeah. You name yourself that. No, I name you that. Come on, let's get real.
Such as a Bullhorn Betty, if I didn't think it was an effective practice, right?
It's not. You need to want to see that. You're not effective. Nobody wants you to be on their case because you don't help. You hurt.
Right? An effective and lawful practice.
You don't do that. Come on.
But when you see the stuff like in LA going on, that is not
And like he did to John Wells, like he did to in this. He didn't care about the neighbors. He did not care. He put you to on that case. He did not care about autism people.
protesting, and I don't want people to misunderstand
She doesn't protest.
what protesting is. Protesting,
It's not you.
we're asking people to do something for us.
Usually that doesn't get done.
Okay? I don't know about you. Okay, I had grandchildren. I know people like to say,
You don't have kids. That's the being a step-parent and a parent are two different things.
how dare you? Listen, I don't have children missing from my house, and I had
You don't have kids. Sorry.
up to 3 children in this house at all times for years. So
They don't.
I don't have the problems like some of the people. So those people that sit there and tell me about my parenting skills, my non-parent parenting skills, well, let me just say this. I've got 3 beautiful grandkids that know how to treat people with respect,
Yeah.
and they would never be disrespectful in front of their Nana. Okay? I'm not sure how your children are, but I don't get talked back to. Okay? And it's my understanding that even as they grow up, they're still being very, very, very.
She used to. Doesn't matter. You don't have kids. You can't produce one. You can't because there's a reason for that. Because they're evil and vile,
Very good,
in my opinion.
right? Very good girls.
You had, you give them a time out and then come back to speak. That's abuse. Come on.
And it takes a lot. It takes a village to raise those children.
So,
But at the end of the day, this idea, I have no experience. I got a lot of experience and a lot of experience with little girls to boot. Okay. And I got to tell you, little girls are a lot of fun, but they are also.
no, not drama. Come on. My niece, oh my gosh. She has dramatic, but not in a sense like, this happened to me, that, like, comic dramatic. Like, she used to pose and act out. She used to be so funny. It's hilarious. But I love her. I do.
A lot of
No.
drama.
No.
Right? I don't know if you know this, but even as little drama, they get.
I love it.
They get a straw with a red stripe instead of a blue stripe.
Oh, come on.
Oops. Didn't realize that was under there. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, guys, before we get into Sebastian, I'm going to do my little.
Let's go back. What?
Yes, very much misleading to an extent.
No, let's pause it.
Let him become lost in
She's broken. What are you talking? She's broken.
the next story, not to supersede other children because they all deserve just as much, if not more attention, because all children do. But I would say just please
She's
don't let him
fucking
become
broken.
forgotten and lost, because
I'm so sorry.
we're never
Queen.
gonna stop. We're never gonna let that happen if we can help it.
And I hope you stick around to learn a little more.
There's nothing to learn
Times
because you think you're all this badass.
Without a trace. Sebastian, now 16, was living with his mother, Katie Proudfoot, and his stepfather, Christopher Proudfoot, in a quiet suburban neighborhood. By all accounts, Sebastian was a typical teenager. He loved video games, had a knack for fixing things, was known for his kind heart, but Sebastian also had autism, which made him particularly vulnerable, especially in unfamiliar or stressful situations. On the night of his disappearance, Sebastian was last seen at his home. His mother and stepdad, his mother reported that he went to bed as usual, and I included the stepfather because he's the one that has been speaking for Katie since this case started. However, according to both of their statements,
I'm gonna have to say something. So if she wasn't lying, if she wasn't upset in this interview, you can hear it right here. Listen.
We've never done it before.
We've never rode a city bus, so I don't think he understands the process. He doesn't have any.
Okay, you can hear Katie's voice. She's crying. No emotion, babe? What the fuck are you talking about? Katie put bubbles to the spread fires. That motorcycle, she went to talk to them about Sebastian. She went to Walmart. So fuck you for saying that. Fuck all the way off.
particularly vulnerable, especially in unfamiliar or stressful
You got know this
for that very specific topic. And many of us, the majority of this channel, does not believe he wandered off.
How many do you have? In chat, I don't believe you have 39 people. Let's see.
Hendersonville is a close-knit community about 20 miles northeast of Nashville. It's kind of a place where people know their neighbors and missing children are rare. So when Sebastian disappeared, the community rallied, volunteers searched woods. Hendersonville is a close-knit community about 20 miles northeast of Nashville.
In the city, and we want to do everything
Sebastian
for them and for
Sebastian first one. These put out everything that they have. That
Some
house,
missing children's cases.
that house has been searched 10 different times. Okay? But myself. What about Seth's house?
Noting the eerie absence
Why not Seth? I'm sorry, but that's Seth. But people like Bruham Baby doesn't give a damn.
of any trace. Meanwhile, Sebastian said, "Good morning." And while she was on a walk, this crazed lunatic behind the wheel of a car driving erratically ended up hitting the dog, and right in front of this to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Melanie again to Sebastian. I don't know what she said, but the reason why I pulled this is because, and I know this, you think that we would go to jail if we like that for our pets? The rosebud kind of form of Mary Jane.
Oh no.
Tell me that we're not crying. Tell me it doesn't feel like a true loss. Tell me that. You can't. Because we all know there's always a hole in our heart when one of our pets go to Rainbow Bridge. I guarantee we know every single one of our pets' names that we've had since we were a child. So they are not a couch. Yes, they are our property that we're required to take pretty damn good care of. I don't see any laws telling us we have to clean our couch once a week. Okay? I don't see laws saying, I'm trying to explain all the stuff that we know, and you can't explain any of this stuff. There's just certain behaviors we can't attribute to any other type of behavior than one, a very bad one. Very emotional, because we love our animals, okay? However, Sebastian's struggling with something his parents didn't share. Yes, it sounds like house abuse, home violence.
No, that is not true.
These are questions investigators have grappled with, and the lack of answers has only deepened the mystery. And while she was on a walk, this crazy. So Deborah says, what a nice thing to say. Our pets are a gift from God, and what a lovely. So Deborah says, walking her tail if it's bleeding. That sounds like a creature, a human being. If it's and hurt her child, called Chris to come and clean up her mess. That's what a lot of people believe. We know every single. I don't see laws saying that we can't. If we burn our couch, we're going to jail. Okay, but we do have laws like that for our pets, and our pets that they apparently like the Mary Jane. There was evidence of Mary Jane in there.
Not true. Can you prove it? Show the motherfucking proof. Show a proof, buddy. If you could show the proof, shut your mouth.
Their possession.
That's not true.
That I know for a fact.
No, you don't.
Without a doubt.
No, you do not.
That it was Mary Jane, the rosebud kind of form of.
No, you never did this. Unlike Betty with her Betty, she doesn't. No, she has never once stepped into that. She's never once stepped into the house.
Mary Jane, and so we know that.
No, you don't.
I don't know if she just didn't go to work and she could get away with it, because I would think that anybody that works for Brinks would be getting drug tested, but who knows? Who knows?
Stop lying. That's a fucking lie. So stop it.
And then Lisa says allegedly gamblers. I've never heard that they gamble, but I guess that could make sense.
Oh, so she's believing everyone. I forgot. You don't go by the truth.
I think she means she struggles to have the heart to do anything supportive of Sebastian, words or actions.
Bullshit! She put up pictures. She put up fires. She laid stuff out for her son. She put snacks out for Sebastian. So don't give me. She never supported Sebastian. She never sit down, shut up.
Is what Karen said. I don't know what that was for, but I liked how it was stated, so I went ahead and pulled that up. And she says she agrees with you, YouTuber. I'm not a doctor, but she definitely fits the symptoms. I would wonder if the two sociopaths ended up together and why they can work as a team to do something so ugly. I just can't believe.
You listen to a psychopath. What? No.
Katie never fought for her child,
you know. She did.
You're going to have disagreements in a blended family, you know. There's going to be times when the stepchildren are you're not my parent. You can't tell me what to do type of thing. You know, you go through all of that. It's growth.
You know what? You need to shut your mouth. Because if you can come by the facts, then shut the fuck up. You have no rights to this place. No, I have to go because it gets more restraining orders.
It's I don't know. CP is living as he was determined. With Sebastian's absence from his home, he's posting his political opinions on his Facebook page. Yeah, like he has better things to do than political opinions. Okay, they've got a missing child that they keep forgetting about. But don't worry.
How do you know you forget? How do you know? I'm gonna call you evil spawn.
Don't worry. Katie made sure she got a heart and a cross. So I mean, she wanted.
My heart tells me these babies are gone.
No.
Has hard, cold hard cost to it that have to become up. is the possibility of foul play. The one thing that law enforcement has really tried.
No. Hector, no. Hector, no. No, you don't heard this claim. No, they have said it from the very get-go. No foul play. If they can get on with that, then just cuckoos.
It's not too hard for us because we watch this over and over again, and she's displaying the behaviors that many of the suspects that have now been arrested, charged.
Have you ever had a case? No. Not in Quentin Summers, not in Gabby Picillo. You cause problems, right? You don't have a real case. You just have real victims.
And convicted have also displayed in the past. Seth's words hit hard. His commitment to find Sebastian keeps hope alive.
Seth is just my best boy. And those two young missing kids, not missing. Oh, you get more cards than Sebastian. You should have more cards for you. A whole fucking year. Don't you think it's somebody else's time? I'm sorry, sir. You can't even find your own goddamn son. So you gonna sit there and cry like I'm gonna bet you had a whole fucking year.
Live, but it also highlights the frustration of a case with so few clues. The $500,000 reward is a beacon, but will not be enough or lost. The wooded area around Hendersonville are vast, and it's possible he got caught in rough terrain. But the extensive searches, including air with dogs, makes this less likely.
That says no for play.
Second, some speculate Sebastian ran away. At 15, he was old enough to feel family tension and want independence. But his phone and belongings were all left behind, which doesn't align with a typical runaway scenario.
Yes, it does.
Third, which is the most troubling?
Who cares?
And then we're going to get over. We're going to take just a short. Did an argument escalate? Was there an arrangement? Or
no.
Could an outsider have entered the home undetected? Without evidence, these are just theories. But the lack of transparency from Sebastian's mother.
No, the lack of transparency. That goes to Seth, turning in you.
And stepfather, as well as the investigators on this case, keeps this angle alive. What do you think happened? Have you followed the Sebastian's case? If you have followed Sebastian's case, tell me what your thoughts are. We also have a lot of different groups on here, including our Facebook group, where I hope you guys have all signed up for and share your perspectives in that group. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just a short break to go through some of your questions or statements and just chat for a few minutes. And then we're going to get over to the chilling case of Lily and purpose, the 4 key goals of this project that we are wanting to do in Tennessee. And I've already got our timeline worked out here for what we're going to need. And I've already got a list. I started working on a list of sponsors because we're going to need sponsors. The reason why I'm looking at these sponsors, and I talked about sponsors, is because an event like this does actually cost money. It costs a lot of money. Okay, it costs anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 to set something like this up, and that's
a DVD. A piece of somebody in charge of this.
It's on the lower end. Okay, so obviously I want people sponsoring that, right? I don't want to pay. We're putting our time and effort into setting this all up and getting people in to have this message. And there are ways we can advertise with sponsorships and get those costs covered, either in real hard cash that will go over to be, to rent equipment like the lectern, the podium that needs to be there, the tents, the seats, the the tables that need to be up and stuff like that. So all that has cold hard costs to it that have to become up. And since we're leading this, obviously those costs are going to be bared by this this channel. So the best thing we can do is start making cold calls and getting some type of sponsorship. Okay. And that's why, so I've already started lists on sponsorship. I'm working on engagement letters. This is not the first time I've done this. So I've had to go back to my policies and procedures from years ago and get some notes on how I did stuff in the past. And so this is how I did in the past. And I did some preliminary research on who I think would be willing to sponsor something like this and how they, how to approach them. So I've done some preliminary work on that. It's just getting, and then I've got the engagement letter that I've already drafted. So, once we get the committee, we'll be delegating, like, we need these emailed to this, we'll have a standard letter and email for you. So we'll figure all of the nuts and bolts of that. But where's my time? I know I put a timeline on here somewhere. Where is it?
Shame on you.
Okay, here it is.
You think no?
So I think within the 90 to 120 days should be adequate, because we need about a total of 8 weeks just to set up and get approval for the event to be hosted at the governor's mansion. So we may have to take an outer line property, public property, away from the governor's mansion, depending on what's all involved in that and how much the application fee is and the event fee will be. But we'll get all that worked out. But it's going to be a fully transparent thing. This is not going to be decisions I will be making. That's why I'm setting up the committee, because obviously it's going to be a group effort and it's going to be group decisions that will need to be made. It makes it a little easier because you got different people processing things differently. And if we come down to a situation where we don't know whether we've got a huge problem here and we need to find ways to fix it, here's some of our solutions, right? That's how we do it. Now, to be able to protest, to be able to gather, to be able to raise our voices, it is to affect change. So,
But you never do.
Peacefully. That is peacefully and lovingly, right? We're doing this from a place of love. We're doing this from a place of concern and a place of wanting to make sure we leave something a better place than when we found it.
You haven't yet. You haven't yet.
A huge problem here, and we need to find lawyers and stuff like that. We'll give you plenty of time to make those arrangements. Do you need to change schedules with somebody to be here without having style of doing things, because we're kind of in the political realm of where we're going with this cause. We're about to be on the governor's door knocking, okay? So we have to pull out the political peace offering book to get all this stuff to get this stuff done diplomatically. Okay, well, we're off to a great start, and I know everybody will love us and everybody will love our cause. And that also reminds me, we need people, this is one thing I forgot to put on the list. Somebody remind me. We need people, volunteers for setting up, and we also need volunteers for cleaning up, okay?
You do that. If you're fucking up, and you need to do that. Not the people.
If you want to do both, I'm not going to stop you. We need all hands on deck for this project. But it's going to be a long day. It's going to be several hours. So if we can have two separate groups, one for setup and one for cleanup, that would even be amazing. So it's not, one group's not required to do all of it. Again, we're going to have our own little trash cans out there. We're going to have our own little things out there. We're going to do what we do, but we always leave
the area exactly the way it was when we arrived. We don't leave one little crumb on the lawn that wasn't there before we got there. Okay?
I can tell you this.
All right, Andrea. Well, you have a great day. We'll see you back here in a little while, love bug. We'll see you back here in a little while. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Move on. So we're going to be going into the Lily and Jack. Now, Belinda with a bright pink outfit. Suggests they're exploring this angle.
Sebastian should not be forgotten. Sebastian, but Seth has caused more harm in Betty. Betty and Seth has caused more harm to this
That still has not searched for her own grandchildren. Yet, Belinda Gray, a grandmother that hasn't seen her grandchildren.
No, whatever. We could give it down.
Every house or every door and window around that.
No.
That's right, Blake. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office tells us that a group of local investors invested a minimum of $3,000 toward any information that would help investigators in finding Sebastian Rogers. I now want to bring in EMA Director with Sumner County, Ken Widener. Ken, as we near this week-long search effort, where are you focusing starting today?
Well,
There you go. Thank you. And he was the cutest little Dotson. He wore tuxedo purposes of emotional distress element. Do you know how huge that is? That is huge. And you kind of got to look at it like this. Think about it. If we injure our children, we go to jail. If behavior, then one, a very bad. Mary Jane in their possession. That I know for a.
They do not do drugs for you. See, unlike you, unlike at both sides, Seth has the abuse history. Not Chris, Seth. You may have three CPS reports. So does Seth. So not only look at him, but you two run it by him. Because you fuck around, you got in trouble. Because you fuck around, you got in trouble. And so every time you speak on the podcast, it's for revenge. I like to who cares about you? This is not about you, but you make it about you. That's it for today. I need to go. Wow. I need to go. Have a good day. Bye. I don't know.